Hi, I'm Deepthi Rao and today I'm with Summaiya, who's changing the world one video at a time with her YouTube channel Inclusion 360 Degrees.
This is not how you think about us, and this is what we can do. Like, be it at workplace or be it talking to people, there are so until one level that you can take the burden of you can bear the burden of explaining the world about your abilities and capabilities.
Summaiya, can you tell me a little about yourself?
Hi Deepthi, it's first of all very nice to see you, and I mean to talk a little bit about myself. I'm Summaiya Khan, and I work at this place called Karnataka Health Promotion Trust as an officer knowledge management, and so I have a master's in political science and international relations, and I'm I'm someone who is passionate about a lot of things like be it dressing up and into law and international relations and foreign policy and a lot of things like that. So yeah.
So, would you tell me about your channel a little bit? Tell the audience what your channel is about.
So as you said, the name Inclusion 360 Degrees. So inclusion, as in like we all use this word very often. Inclusion, it could be whether including women, it could be including people from the scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, or be it people with disability or vision impairment for that matter. But this idea of inclusion is really spoken in terms of it's very jargonized. It's spoken in terms of academics or inclusion at workplace, at education institutions. But my channel, as the name suggests, 360 degrees, my attempt is to sort of talk about inclusion without using the word inclusion so much, in like giving it a 360-degree view, like sort of, in the most fundamental and basic aspects of life, be it cooking, shopping, parenting, family life, education, work, and all of that, as you see in my videos. So, yeah.
So, what motivated you to start the channel and when was this? Was this a sudden thought that came to you, or have you been thinking about it for a long time and then you decided to go with it?
So, I mean, like anything, when you mull over it, when you think about it a little, like when you give it a thought, something actually, like something strikes you, So what really happened was, since some time, maybe say six months to 7 months back, I mean, I always tried my level best to convey the message of inclusion in person, though I'm not full-fledgedly a part of any organization that works for inclusion. I tried doing my bit, but that was not sufficient, because I just cannot go conveying each and every person, no, this is not how you think about us, and this is what we can do. Like, be it at workplace or be it talking to people, there are so much of misperceptions or so much of high expectations, lofty opinions with regards persons with vision impairment. And I kept thinking as to what I must do. I tried my hand on writing an opinion piece and whatnot. I really was thinking if I must write, like move the court, and in terms of accessibility, in terms of workplace and all of that. But perceptions and opinions, it needs to change from the very basics. Even a person who is a little kid to someone who is of age, and everyone has to first of all change their notions and perceptions about people with vision impairment. So I was thinking, what could I do? And suddenly this thought of a YouTube channel, like people do a lot of vlogs and cooking, a lot of travel vlogs. I was thinking, why not do a vlog which can be a visual treat to people, because we really need to negotiate and live with people with vision. So if we need to appeal to them, then why not do something which is visually appealing, as well as convey the message of inclusion in a fun-filled manner, and not very in a very light-hearted manner, and not very deep academic and that kind of stuff. So that's how Inclusion 360 Degrees happened.
And what new skills have you had to learn to be a content creator now?
I think new skills, as in like going with the feedback of the viewers, of the audience, and like trying to sort of make the content more precise, more concise, and keeping it light, and also how you connect well with the audience is one thing that I learned, actually.
So, do you believe that advocacy and entertainment go hand in hand? Like, are you trying to make your videos more fun, but also be an advocate for creating awareness about disabilities and
This is actually advocacy. In the true sense, the intent behind this is actually advocacy.
Right.
And like you said, any research, anything, any advocacy, if it needs to be translated to the grassroots, if it needs to be translated to anyone and everyone, I think it has to be lighthearted. It has to be entertaining. It cannot be boring. And yeah, that's why the cooking videos, that's why the cafe is your video, as you see. So you convey the message and as and when, and you also keep it entertaining.
So would you call yourself a content creator? Have you?
No.
So how has this contributed to your personal growth? Inclusion 360 degrees. What are you learning, and are you learning something new every day as you embark on this journey?
It's giving me satisfaction with people, like liking the thing, and with people talking about it in a way like I feel a sense of satisfaction, because instead of what I learned is there's no point cribbing, which I don't do so much. But yeah, even a little bit of that cribbing is, you can crib as long as, but that's not the only thing you need to do. So I think you need to find your way out to sort of convey the message, and that is what I learned each day at a time, to sort of take certain feedbacks constructively, and also like meeting different people, getting to know their perspectives, and really the responses that I get from these videos. I mean, each person comes in with something new in terms of learning sometimes when they talk to me about the channel. So that is what I learn, maybe.
Right. So have you had moments of self-doubt in this journey?
I don't know what you really mean by self-doubt. Yes, I mean, sometimes like when there is a lot of work, I'm doing this because I'm doing this hand in hand with my work. So I'm just like doing one video in a week, and I need assistance in terms of editing, and I need assistance in terms of videography and everything. Like sometimes, and also there is the money that goes, it has to go within your own, like it's your resources that you're spending. So, and many times what you want to do sometimes doesn't match with the schedule, doesn't match with your plan when you're meeting other external people for your channel. So I feel like, okay, now it's getting tiring, or what did I even get into now? I mean, like that's the kind of thing that I feel sometimes.
So what is the future of Inclusion 360 degrees? What are you planning next? And I don't mean next video. What comes next as a milestone that you want to achieve?
I've never thought so much like in terms of, I've never been like so, I've never thought so long term in that sense. But yeah, I have a few videos that may want to go talking in terms of, unions and marriages, and talking in terms of shopping and dressing, and, colors, and really fun-filled stuff like shopping. And I think I want to take it again. After that, I would like to sort of widen the whole scope based on certain feedback of people as to what they would like to know, what they would like to see, and also take the opinion from the people within my community, and see what, like community as in community of visual people with vision impairment, and see what they want me to represent. What is the subject or issue that they want me to represent. Then I think I will plan it accordingly.
So how do you decide on what topic you should make a video, or what is the theme of the video? How do you come up with that?
See, these decisions are actually like they are not sudden, or they are not because, oh, now I need to make a script, so now I need to make a. This is really a part of not just my life. It's a part of every person with vision impairment. All of these people go through similar issues, if not me, but many more go through a lot of these issues. So these scripts, before I thought I'd start this channel, this was pretty much there, that I need to do these things. I want to cover this thing, because a lot of our lives have quite humorous moments also. So making scripts and stuff, it doesn't happen in the sense, it's not that rigorous and serious where I sit down and make scripts, but it's all there. I make mental notes as to what I want to do, and that's how I go about it.
I want to say it's very diverse. On one hand, there's cooking with you, and on one hand, there is mental health and well-being.
Yes.
And when the person you were talking to, when she said that a lot of the problem or the causes of mental health concerns in visually impaired is because of the unawareness in sighted people.
Yes.
And I was a little ashamed to hear that.
No, it's nothing to be ashamed. I mean, I'm sorry if that made you feel that way.
No, I was just suddenly, I realized that it's there has to be some work that should go on my part to.
Generally, what really happens is there is one level, there is until one level that you can take the burden of sort of, you can bear the burden of explaining the world about your abilities and capabilities. But after which, unfortunately, the majority of the people, even when it comes to the women, or when it comes to gender, or when it comes to whatever this is, the majority, even when you talk about gender, you have the men folk. So,
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying that it's them who is empowering, or you're giving something to them. But unfortunately, the majority of the world works like this. Likewise, people with sight are the majority here. So, and nobody's doing anyone a favor, because we're equally a part of the society. And if you are giving us if you are giving any person a chance, or if you are sort of cooperating with anyone for that matter, it is only going to do you good in terms of productivity, in terms of income, market, or in terms of having families, in terms of accepting persons with vision impairment when it comes to marriages, jobs, or whatever that there is. I mean, if you do not take the step, and it's people of the same community, people with vision impairment are definitely not going to do so much harm to the people of the same problem, unlike the people with sight who could do. So, for example, I would not tell a blind person, say, okay, oh, what can you do? You can't do this. But it's the sighted people who do that. So that is where issues of mental health come into picture, actually. So yeah.
And were you able to navigate through any challenges that you've had?
Like the challenges that I have sort of navigated by the grace of God, or by I was fortunate enough to have a very nice birth accident where I had parents who are so nice and giving, and my extended family also. But despite of all the cooperation and inclusive atmosphere that I have, still there are challenges. And the first challenge that I had to face is that, my parents have taught me to be very, not giving up, and very, very, outgoing, and they taught me to kind of tackle my issues. But the challenge I faced was, no matter what you do, if the world is not willing to sometimes accept, or if getting less than what you deserve. So I can't accept something like that. So that is a challenge, actually. The major challenge is that the kind of attention, whatever little gender issues have been given, or caste issues have been given, that much of attention is not been accorded to persons with vision impairment. Right. So all of these are challenges, be it marriage, be it tackling gender, and even the major thing sometimes, the trust factor about you. People need to trust in you that, can you be independent, or what? That is the challenge that I think I face. Small little challenges.
So, what does being independent mean to you?
First of all, being independent, I think it's two things. I think it's internal and external. So, if you are free from your internal inhibitions of, you can take your choices, you can make your choices, in the sense where you do not have the disability factor. Though you have the factor which is there, the disability factor is there, but the exercising of choice should not be hindered, right? So that is independence. And independence also for me is like, if I am able to navigate, use the transport, so no matter how much technology is there, has come to save us, but the idea of being a woman, taking the transport alone is sort of not very, it doesn't make me feel very safe. It's still sort of scary a little bit. So if things like that are solved, and if I or anyone with vision impairment, especially girls, are considered to be equal, and are considered to be equally competitive in every aspect, I think that is independence to me.
Do you think Bangalore as a city is accessible to visually impaired people?
No, not really. No, I mean, not at all. So I was just I was going with my cousins recently to buy ice creams, actually, for that matter. We just wanted to eat ice cream, and it was so hot, and the path, the way that could have been so smooth, it was so difficult because of the kind of roads and the footpaths, which was so, and this was in a very nice place. The area was so nice. Even that path was not accessible, not just for visually impaired people, even an old person, or even people who want to walk properly cannot walk, let alone people with vision impairment. So yeah.
Can you think of any other changes that a city like Bangalore, which accommodates everybody, should have?
I think if connectivity issues are solved, I mean, if there is good connectivity from one stop to another, and if you have assistant and help desks at each recognized stations and stops for that matter, and even if these apps, these Ola Uber apps, are slightly more friendly, slightly more accessible, and if there is sort of an option where you can tick or where you can indicate that it's a person with vision impairment on that app, maybe that would help, because there would be some sort of a direction that can be given to the person who is picking us and dropping us to and fro to. This is how it can be made easier. And there is, being girl and visually impaired or disabled comes with a double barrier. So even gender and travel safety is an issue, and persons with vision impairment is another issue there altogether. So if certain safety mechanisms can be made more robust, I think that helps.
So you spoke about your family, how blessed you were to have them. They're also your crew.
Yes,
they help you, how is it working with family? Do you think some troubles arise?
Of course. Family is family. Family becomes family at the right time, actually. So my mother becomes, I mean, she is the editor, but soon she becomes the mother, and she'll be like, no, you have to. I'm telling you, you should listen to me. And my father becomes the ultimate father that he is. And like, we have these, they turn into fights, like they do turn into quarrels, like certain the kind of quarrels. And then later, I think I am the one who puts my foot down and say, no, this is my message. It's not you who has the impairment. It's me who has the impairment, so I will convey it. So my brother comes in and he'll be like, you don't take suggestions. That is the problem with you. And I'm like, it is my problem. I don't take suggestions. So what?
So a lot of your personality is also visible on the YouTube channel. I understood that you're this joyous, goofy, this foodie person.
Yes.
How does the making of the video work?
Each video has its own it has its own mood, and it has its own aura that needs to be conveyed, right? And everybody knows that. And and this is me. I'm very I am lively when I have to be. And I do not see a person with which I do not especially want the story to be conveyed in terms of a sob story or a sorry story. No, that's not how it should be. I'm like any other vlogger who is having her own issues, who is still doing the content, and going as and when with the flow, as and when with the mood. So yeah, the foodie person that I am very foodie. So yeah, the cooking, and you can see all of that actually. And when I'm really disturbed or angry with certain issues, that is also conveyed through my videos. I get very passionate and very expressive in that sense also. Yeah.
So beyond numbers, that is subscribers or views, what milestones are you proud of? What have you achieved through Inclusion 360 Degree that makes you really happy? That this is what I want to do, this is why I started the channel.
I don't know. I can't think of any milestones. I think the cooking video sort of made me feel a little more satisfied actually, because the whole idea, see, cooking is something which is very, very, it's considered to be a very complicated task. Even people in the family are too scared to let the people into the kitchen, people who can't see. When that happens, when you're really dealing with the fire, with the stove, pouring things and blending things, connecting the blender to the, so many myths are busted, even with the people who are kind of who have come of age, like they are also sort of, so that is the thing. I mean, there are many people who are doing a lot of work around education and who are doing a lot of work on schooling. I think they're really doing a commendable job, but I really want basic questions, the everyday life situations to be sort of the questions of everyday life to be answered, which I think I'm trying to do.
What is your perception about representation in media for any kind of disability?
Oh, that's a good question. Thanks for asking that. Actually, I was going to talk about it in one of my episodes also. I think it's not very nice. I don't like it in terms of movies. Again, stereotypical notions. Like if
sometimes
you watch,
it's very unintentional, but it passes a stereotype or a stigma about.
See, major stereotypes are unintentional and is about ignorance. I do not want to put the blame on anybody, and that is why I want to. If there is knowledge, like how it's in the West. I mean, it's not completely perfect there, but they do have some amount of idea. So like the portrayal is, visually impaired people do a lot of mimicry, and they sing and they do the piano. I mean, I'm talking, and I don't know, they are very smart, they can sense, they are Sherlock Holmes. Every person with vision impairment is a Sherlock Holmes, and it's like that. So no portrayal has happened where a person with vision impairment is leading a life that a sighted leads, like it's not very appealing to me. I never liked it somehow.
But this is part of the change. You're contributing to the world of internet with the truth. You are showing what really is. So I think you're doing a great job here.
Thank you so much. That means a lot, Deepti.
Is there any message that you would like to send to the audience?
I would like to say to the people, be open to ideas, and please do not assume that what fits one person would fit everybody. Please listen to what the other person, be it any disability, has to say, how it suits them, and how well you could interact with them in terms of what they need. And if you can be sensitive, that would be great, actually.
Thank you, Sumaiya.
Thank you, Deepti.